If you're experiencing distressing emotions and are overwhelmed and stuck with these, then it's useful to learn a bit more about feelings and how gaining the skills in feeling the feelings without distress can help us cope in daily life and face the difficulties that life inevitably brings. Who really wants to feel discomfort? We tend to work hard at achieving comfort and avoiding discomfort. But is this possible? Sometimes things are painful, life can hurt and be frightening. Emotions just don't go away, and fighting them just leads to detrimental consequences to our health and well-being. You may feel disconnected from your emotions. This is an understandable coping mechanism to deal with distress. Also, you may not have learnt the skills to be able to notice and accept your emotions or know how to deal with them. For example, if your emotions were seen by those around you as negative, like don't cry, or they are not validated, like don't be silly. So you may have shut them down. It doesn't feel safe to feel. But emotions can be beneficial. They can feel bad, but it doesn't mean they actually are. In fact, feelings can be helpful messengers, as well as providing colour and meaning into daily life. If we ignore our feelings, then we might be missing out. Your feelings are guides to help you meet your needs. For example, to feel connected, to feel safe, to feel listened to. If we don't listen to our feelings, then we won't identify what we need and respond in a way that helps us. So take some time to write down and ask yourself these questions. What feelings are hard for me? How do I cope with these? How are these ways of coping helpful? Because you wouldn't do it if they weren't helpful. But how are these ways of coping unhelpful? Would I like to change my response to hard feelings? How will this benefit me? Being mindful of emotions helps us to stand back from the emotion, understand it, accept it, not to fear it or struggle against it, and it can have the added benefit of reducing the distress, although the aim is to learn to accept the experience rather than lessen the distress. So now it's time for a mindfulness of emotions practice. I'm going to talk you through it step by step, and then it'll be your chance to practice it yourself. So first of all, we want to start paying attention to our breath, slowly breathing in and out, like imagining you're blowing a candle, letting that flame flicker. Then notice the feeling. You may feel a desire to resist it, but remind yourself you are safe. Now name the emotion. But what word best describes what you're feeling? Is it angry, sad, anxious, irritated, scared, frustrated, or just unsure? Now accept the emotion. It is a normal body reaction. Do not condone or judge the emotion. Simply let it move through you without resisting it, struggling against it, or encouraging it. And investigate the emotion, like how intensely you feel it. What are you feeling in your body? What is your posture like when you feel this emotion? Where do you notice muscle tension? What is your facial expression? What does your face feel like? And is anything changing? Like the nature of the feeling, the position, or the intensity of the emotion? And then notice thoughts and judgments. You don't need to stop your thoughts because that's what minds do. The aim is to notice thoughts. Notice how we judge our thoughts and ourselves. Notice how you may be believing them and struggling against them. It's like you are sitting on a boat watching the weather around you. And don't dive into the water. So just ride the wave. Just notice that feelings change over time, ebb and flow, and fall away by themselves, like the rise and fall of a wave. So now it's time to practice for yourself. So sit comfortably and close your eyes. Start by bringing attention to your breath. Slowly breathe in and slowly breathe out. Allow that out breath to lengthen. Imagine you are gently blowing a candle that's on the other side of the room, wanting to get that flame to just flicker gently. Notice the feeling. You may feel a desire to resist it. Remind yourself you are safe. There is no right or wrong. Whatever is happening is just right. Now name the emotion or emotions. Is there a word to describe it? Accept the emotion. It's a normal body reaction. Do not condone or judge it. Let it move through you without resisting, struggling against it, or encouraging it. Just let it be there. Be curious and investigate the emotion. How intensely do you feel it? What are you feeling in your body? What is your posture like? Where do you notice muscle tension? What is your facial expression? What does your face feel like? Is anything changing? And notice your thoughts. You do not need to stop your thoughts. Just sit on your boat and watch the weather. See the weather around you, just like your thoughts. You don't need to jump into the water. Just stay on your boat and watch them pass by. As you're riding that wave, notice that feelings change. They ebb and flow. They fall away by themselves, like the rise and fall of a wave. And when you're ready, open your eyes, look around you, notice where you are, where your body is. Now you can take this skill and practice it often. If you're experiencing distressing emotions and are overwhelmed and stuck with these, then it's useful to learn a bit more about feelings and how gaining the skills in feeling the feelings without distress can help us cope in daily life and face the difficulties that life inevitably brings. Who really wants to feel discomfort? We tend to work hard